All right, here we go. See if anybody come on. I'm sure we're gonna get some. My eyes all red, like I smoked dope. Mm-hmm.
On the ear.
All right, here we go. Meta, Faith, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you guys? Yeah, let's just hang out a little while. Here we go. Water. Good stuff, good stuff. Aloha, Jen and Malia. Smiley. Thomas Gibson, my old buddy. How are you, Thomas? Nice to see you. Jay Pereira. Pali Napa. Eric, Linda. Thanks for joining us today. Second Facebook Live of 2019. Happy New Year to everybody. Sorry, my eyes all red. I don't know why. No, I was not doing anything funky, but I think I'm just tired. Tired from doing nothing. Hey, Jamie. How's it going? Aloha, Jimmy. You smoking dope? Nope, not me. Absolutely not. But my eyes feel like it's puffy. I don't know why. Must be the fog in the air. It was nice today. It was nice and cool here in White House Lots, and then it just got still. So I'm assuming we're going to be getting some rain coming in. But anyway, let's see who else. Oh, Kale Cowie and Joe Grooms. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Lots to talk about today. Football season number 1. I'm curious to see who the predictions for the upcoming week. But before we get into that, just wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Last week, we did the live from Oregon. They're at Keikoki barbecue, whatever it was called. I think you guys, a lot of you was there that saw the food, and we had a great time. 1 week with the kids in Oregon. Really, really fun. Open our eyes again. You know, everything in Oregon is so cheap. Hey, how's it, Robert, Bitos, Lou Wayne, and John? And John Ihui as well. Happy New Year. You can say it's chemtrails. I didn't see any out there today. Too many clouds in the sky. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I went to the doctor yesterday. I had a test done, and they had to take some. I had to take some medication to lower my heart rate, and for the test. And the test came out all good, though. I gotta say, the test was great. So. But I think it's all that medication they pumped into my body yesterday, and the body today is just trying to clear its system out. So that is why I'm drinking a lot of water. I was going to use my new mug, but too small. I needed a little. How's that? Fear the Beard. Had this made at our own online store. If you want one of these, let me know. We can get them ordered for you. We can actually put anything we want on your mugs or t-shirts. So. Paradise Tees 808, ParadiseTees808.com. You can get all kinds of good. Fear the Beard. Bitos, this is for you. You got to trim yours though. You got to make them a little nice though. Anyway, hey, aloha, Jason. Yeah, so 1 week in Oregon, and was hard to come back. We love that place. It's a nice place. Everything is cheap up there. If you guys been up there, you know. Cost of living up there in Oregon. Median price of a house right now in Oregon is about $365,000. Cannot even get a lot here for that. But Patsy enjoyed herself at the stores at Fred Dreyer's. We went to Fred Meyer's. I mean, I even bought shoes at Fred Meyer's. There was Under Armour. There was Nikes. There was. I bought the one that fit me the best was what did I buy? Skechers. It was a Skechers. All of the shoes at Fred Meyer's comes in wide sizes, which, as you know, I get some big feet. So anyway, Umajiwaya, whatever, I think it's called Uwajimaya, that Asian store. We made several trips there. Great place. A lot of local people in Oregon. A lot of people from Hawaii. But yeah, we had a good time. We golfed at Top Golf. If you guys ever been to Top Golf, it was great. It was fun. We went to a shooting range, got to shoot. Took my son to go fire a .45 handgun, as well as I forget the name of the place, but Threat, I forget what it's called, but an indoor simulator the ones the police departments use for training, and we had a good time in that as well. What else did we do up in Oregon? Had a
casino.
Oh yeah, of course we went to a casino, a couple of them. Had a little bit of luck, but we had to contribute back to the Oregon economy, to the Native American reservation. So anyway, we had fun. Hey, Michelle, tell Diane I said hi as well. Aloha, and thanks again for joining us today. So yeah, good time. Had to come home after 1 week, but like I said, we had a great time with the kids. Kids are doing well, extremely well, and enjoying their lives in Oregon. So anyway, football season. Curious to hear your predictions. I know I got my predictions right here. Some of you are gonna be kind of upset, but listen, I look at statistics, and I go based on that. Not, hey, Raylene, Alani, and Jimmy Torres, how are you guys doing? So for the AFC, Colts against the Chiefs. I am predicting the Chiefs. Yep. And the Chargers against the Patriots. I know this is going to blow a lot of your minds, but I believe the Chargers are going to beat the Patriots. I do. And in the NFC, Eagles and the Saints, I'm going to go with the Saints. I know this is, again, probably a lot of people think I'm crazy. Cowboys and the Rams, that one's a no-brainer. Everyone knows that the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys in that game. Sorry, Auntie Millie, if you're on. Patriots going to beat the Chargers. Sorry, Raylene. I'm so sorry. There's a kid playing on the Chargers. He's a good friend of my son, one of my son's best friends from Western Oregon University, Tyrell Williams, receiver. Good athlete, and hoping that he can pull it off and win this year. So anyway, Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and the Rams next week. And in the Super Bowl, I believe it's going to be the Chargers and the Rams. And that one's a toss-up for me. As much as I want to see the Chargers, I think the Rams this year is going to pull it off. So anyway, that's my predictions. I'm curious. Everybody's saying Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. I know the experts are saying experience-wise, Eagles got the Super Bowl experience, but this is just my predictions and what they. Raylene says to tape my mouth for me. No, I know you love the Patriots, but they're not gonna get past the Chargers next week. They won't. I'm sorry. Colts, Chargers, Dallas, and Saints. Super Bowl, Chargers, and Saints. Interesting. So anyway, that's my predictions. Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Rams, and then Chargers and Rams, and then the Rams will win the Super Bowl. All right. What do you guys think about the Alabama-Clemson game? Boy, why is I surprised? Yeah, I'm glad I don't bet, because I would have lost a lot of money. I really thought that Alabama had what it took. I thought Alabama was going to I didn't think it was going to be a blowout, especially with Alabama winning. I really thought it was going to be close, but I thought Alabama was going to pull it off. Clemson was just impressive all the way around, offensively, defensively, shut out the Tide in the second half. So interesting game. I feel sorry for Tua, but he's got more time yet, and he's a damn good player. Hey, Sandy, how's it going? Ron Hausman, thanks for joining. I want to go over my NFL picks one more time because Ron is here. Ron's all the way from Missouri, Branson, Missouri. Ron, I'd like to hear what you think. I'm Colts, Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. Chargers, Patriots. I'm going with the Chargers. Eagles and Saints. I'm going with the Saints, and the Cowboys and Rams. I'm going with the Rams. Chargers and Rams in a Super Bowl, and Rams will win it. So anyway, that's my prediction. Ron, thanks for joining. I hope all is well in Branson, Missouri. I hope we can hook up one day soon. All right, that is kind of what it is. I had some good news today. About couple hours ago, many of you know who Matt Lopresti. You guys remember Matt Lopresti? Yeah, he was the guy that when I went to testify against the TAT tax being taken from us and sent over to the Rail Project on Oahu, he was the one that treated me like crap. He was the one that went off and called me a liar. And anyway, he was also the one that got caught on video stealing campaign literature from his opponent or from other candidates right from the doorway. I think you guys all remember. You guys all remember Matt? Hey, Scott Ishikawa, aloha, Elena Ala, and Dave. Thanks for joining us. I know Scott Ishikawa remembers this. But anyway, Matt Lopresti, not a really good friend of mine. But anyway, he lost the election by 116 votes against this guy, Kurt Favela. And of course, he protested it because of the vote count and went up to the Supreme Court. Today, the Supreme Court chose not to even listen to his case. So he lost. He's out. He's now a civilian, and he's no longer can abuse his power like he did while he was at the state legislature. So Matt Lopresti, if you're watching, karma is a bitch. Anyway, yeah, Kachi's saying you're not supposed to say that. Hey, I can say whatever I want. Yes, I can. All right, so how about the general excise tax? You guys feeling the pinch yet? January 1st, we started the additional 0.5%. I know a lot of people, I was very surprised watching Facebook, how many people didn't even know that the tax got increased, which was quite surprising because the coverage on that was, I thought was significant. But anyway, yeah, it's in effect. I see it at the hotel where I work at Timbers, the spreadsheets that I use to calculate the checks during the day, they did not adjust the GE tax. So as I go in and manually post the changes from the old tax rate to the new tax rate, it is significant. It does make a difference. So, you know, as you guys all know, I did not support that. And we can only hope that those funds are going to be used in a way that's going to benefit the entire community. Hey, Caleb, Kelly, Jeffrey, Steph. Oh, hello, Steph. I miss you. Sherry, Bethany, Shelly, Kawi, Carvalho, mahalo for joining in. Anyway, we talked about the NFL. We talked about Tua and the Alabama. Now we're talking about the GE tax. Again, pretty frustrating. But, you know, again, it's now our job to make sure that these funds are used in an appropriate manner. I do want to see some of our roads. It just seems now... I'm on the road a lot, that, you know, we're getting, the roads are bad everywhere. And this rains, the rain is just, it doesn't take much rain now to create bigger potholes in our streets. So, yeah, 4.712 instead of 4.166. That is correct, Larry. That is correct. Lima, welcome. So, yeah, it is definitely an increase that we're all going to feel as we move forward. And again, we just got to make sure that we start to see our roads improving. I did read that they're going to begin the revitalization of Kalena Park. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that's a great project. I supported the monies to be put in there to revitalize or improve Kalena Park. But I think as we look around us today and we look at the roads that need to be fixed, we look at everyone has their roads that they believe need to be fixed right away. But, when you look at the major roads, when you look at the major county roads, Olahena, Apuni, pretty much all the roads on the west side, in Waimea and Kekaha, all of these roads that are being used daily by our residents, I think that's where we got to start focusing. I mean, that's where we're going to start putting our priorities with these funds from the GET. Yes, I want to see Kalena Park in that area. I want to see Lihui revitalization, but it's not a priority. And I don't think we should be jumping and using our resources to go take care of rice. You understand we got the Tiger Grant. I do, and it's $13 million, but that's not going to help anyone with traffic congestion. And it's just something that I'm very frustrated about. And we're going to and hope that the leadership, the new leadership will see that the priority is really in for us, the taxpayers is what we utilize every single day, which is Kamoli and Kuhio. The traffic is insane, and it's not getting any better. So hopefully we work on that. But I see a lot of emphasis being placed on that, and yet there's some problems. Just today, in fact, I think a lot of you on Facebook got the post about Anahola by Kawikapono school and the traffic on that and how unsafe it is for the kids. So I did notify Deputy Chief Mike Contreras, who responded immediately. I mean, he replied within 5 minutes. I had an email right back saying that he was going to assign staff down there to do some enforcement. But these are the kinds of things I think that that the county really got to harp on and jump on and make sure our kids are safe. So people think 0.5% is small, but a contractor already tried today stating that they have to add $2,300 to contract billing, claiming that they have to pay more tax. Absolutely. You go buy a car, you go buy a refrigerator, you go buy a stove. It is going to make a big difference. It is going to make a big difference. And my biggest fear about passing the GET was that, you know, it becomes easier to rely on tax increases. So the next time we run into a financial bind, it's so much easier to just go ahead and raise the tax. So I think more discipline has to be taken within the county spending. Speaking of the roads, I see the electronic message board on Kuhil Highway again about night work beginning on January 2nd, and I don't see any work that's been done. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure when they're going to start. You know, I'm kind of out of the loop on that right now, but we can only hope. We can only hope. I know there's a lot of road work that needs to be done, and with the road work, people are going to have to understand and accept the fact that there's going to be more inconvenience. When we work on roads, it's going to cause disruptions in the normal day-to-day flow of the traffic. So, you know, it's not going to happen overnight, and these things take time. So we got to all be, we got to understand that as we move forward with some of these road projects, there are going to be inconveniences and disruptions in our traffic. So, and it's just the nature of the beast. You cannot fix these roads without disrupting the traffic, and I hope people can understand and appreciate that. Hey, Richard and Sunny and Philip and Doreen and Tassie and Shan and Marlene, all the way from Seattle, Washington. How you guys doing? Please send our love to everybody in Seattle. We're just in Oregon. Marlene, I know you just came on, but we're just in Oregon visiting our kids. I'd hope to jump over to Seattle to go see my dad, but just couldn't swing it. The kids' schedules were off. You know, we'd hoped that the two would have been off at the same, or working at the same time, so we could scoot over to Seattle and come back. But yeah, it never made it happen. So hopefully we can get over to Seattle in April for my dad's birthday. And that's something that we're shooting for. Good to see your face again. Thanks for the service to citizens. Oh, right on, Ron. Appreciate it. I had a blast, you know. NACO, the National Association of Counties, was one of my favorite parts of being in local government, was the ability to network with our colleagues throughout the country and learn so much. Ron Hausman, the guy from Branson, Missouri, has taught me so much about just relationships and networking, and introducing me to some very important people on the mainland that helped us out quite a bit. So aloha from Kauai, Ron, and I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Hey, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want? Hey, how about the St. Francis School closure on Oahu? Sad. I was just watching that on the news. What is nice is Marino, St. Louis, they've reached out now and made adjustments to their enrollment process to allow these displaced St. Francis students an opportunity to come to their school. So it's just nice to see them all coming together to help out those kids, because it came at a time where it was outside of the enrollment periods for these other schools. So it was kind of traumatic for those parents and for those students. So again, it's just a sign of the times. It's just a sign that, you know, it's costing a lot of money to operate anything here in Hawaii. And you know, Hawaii is not a very business-friendly state. We all know that. I mean, if you've ever had a business in Hawaii, you know that it's very, very, very tough. So, you know, it's sad to see those schools close, and yet it's also nice to see those other schools reaching out and assisting however they can. I did want to shout out to Auntie Millie, who is a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. And Auntie, I made my predictions earlier, and unfortunately, the Cowboys-Rams game, I went with the Rams. So I know that's not making me any happier, but I just feel that the Rams are going to beat Rams are going to beat the Cowboys, and I think there's going to be a lot of disappointed Cowboy fans here on Kauai. So anyway, water break. Oh, Yvette, good point. How's the president shutting down the government? I was actually going to save this for the last topic, but let's jump on there right now. Yeah, I still love you too, Auntie Millie. I still love you too. The good thing about the Rams beating the Cowboys is that the Cowboys will be able to say that they were beat by the eventual Super Bowl champion. So if that's any consolation, the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys, but they're also going to win out and win the Super Bowl. So that's one way. It's only a game. Okay. Yes, Rams. Rams all the way. I mean, come on. We all know that. Yeah. Now, how's this? So the government gets shut down. I cannot, for the life of me, understand how this can even happen. I don't understand how the government can just shut down. Meanwhile, everyone else, the president gets paid, Congress gets paid, every one of our Congress people gets paid. They get all their benefits, but yet they requiring our federal employees to go to work and not get paid. Now, I don't know how. I just and there's no discussion about it. I mean, yeah, there's frustration and saying, oh, I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna walk out, I'm not gonna work. Well, damn right, if I wasn't getting paid, I'd quit. I would definitely not go to work. Knowing that the federal government is paying their legislators, the people that are responsible for the government shutdown are still getting paid. That makes absolutely no sense. So now we are going to have to make our people go to work and not get paid or get paid less or have to wait for their paychecks. I don't get it. And it's embarrassing for the leaders of this country to go to work knowing that they're getting paid, and yet so many of our people are going to work and not getting paid. Now I can understand for some people that can afford to go to work. Obviously you have a job, you care for your job, you care for what you do, whether you're TSA or working for other federal agencies, and you feel that that loyalty or that need to help, but you can't afford it. That's one thing. But what about the people that cannot afford it? What about the people that rely on that paycheck to pay for their bills? I just don't get it. And it just frustrates me every time I see a post or an article or a news story. One thing that bothers me about the shutdown is that instead of being respectful to the situation, citizens are destroying public parks and public areas. Well, Bethany, that's just another whole disgrace to this whole scenario, is where a lot of people today, there's no respect. I mean, there's just absolutely no respect even during non-government shutdown periods, just that I don't know what it is. Society has just come to a bad time, and it's what I noticed while I was in Oregon, though I gotta say, from where we were at anyway, in the Beaverton area, we drove through Portland quite a bit, but I didn't see, and of course, we just saw the surface of it, but I had expected to see a lot more social issues or problems, but I didn't. It was relatively clean, and the park right by my daughter's house where we stayed, there's a park that was just immaculate, and the streets were very clean, and this is in Beaverton, and yeah. So you're right, Bethany. I don't know why people do that, especially now when they know that the maintenance crews and a lot of the federal parks and the attractions are closed, that they'll still go there, and it's just shameful. 45 is a big baby. If he doesn't get his way, everyone suffers. Time to talk about impeachment. Well, I think as I watch this whole thing develop, I see big babies on both sides. I see big babies on all sides of this thing, and I don't know how difficult it is. There is no art of compromise in the current Congress with that president. There's absolutely none on both sides. And what bothers me is that they will go home every single night knowing that they could have, just somebody got to give a little on both sides, and they could have done something to have our people go back to work, but it's not happening. And that is, I think, it's what's shameful. I don't know how they sleep at night, when they know that they can prevent this, but they have it's a stalemate. It's a bunch of stubborn, hard-headed people that their egos are much bigger than ever before. So yeah, they're just gonna stand tall. They don't care. See, they can survive without their paycheck. And I don't think most of them haven't been in a situation where they rely on a paycheck to pay for their food, medicine, electricity. And so, yeah, I don't get it. I mean, you would think that how do you just allow the government to shut down is beyond me. And I see I see a lot of the banks and financial institutions now are coming up and saying, oh, we have these special programs and we're going to give you loans. I mean, why should the employee of a federal organization have to rely on a loan from a bank that charges interest to pay them for work that they are doing and not getting paid? That's crazy. But it's happening, and it's happening right now as we speak because, again, of some hard-headed people up in Washington, D.C. that cannot get it together and come up with a temporary interim solution to get these people paid, get our federal operations going. But no, it's who's got a bigger stick? Yeah, my stick's bigger than yours. So, yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. All right, Bitos. Of course, they can't survive. They all became millionaires while in office. Yeah, it's kind of shocking if you do the research and see how many of our congressional people are millionaires and multimillionaires, and many of them which got to that point while they were in office. So, yeah, you're right, Bitos. So for us, normal people, we go to work every day. Thank God we're getting paid. And for those of you on this chat that are working for the federal government that are not getting paid, our prayers go out to you. And it's just hard to imagine that the world's strongest nation, strongest country, experience these kinds of problems where we have our citizens going to work and not getting paid. So anyway. What else you guys got? What else you guys want to talk about today? Aloha Kule, Mel and Tino, Gerardo, John, Waylon, Dicky, Chang. Dicky, can I have your predictions? Can you punch in your predictions in the chat box for the NFL playoffs? Aloha Margie, all the way from the Philippines. Pam, Kevin, Devitt. I'm sorry, I'm looking at all the people that are on. Kim and Julie, welcome. Lonnie, Alfred Darling, thank you guys for joining us. All right. Darlene Baroni, aloha. Darlene Baroni, you guys all been to Aloha Motorsports down at Anchor Cove. I got to tell you, I saw it was a sold-out day today. If you didn't get down there and rent that Polaris Slingshot, make sure you get down there, go see John and Darlene, and they got some Kamina deals, and take it out for a few hours and go check it out. I tell you, it's like riding a motorcycle, but the stability of a vehicle. But yeah, go check it out. Aloha Motorsports down at Anchor Cove in the big parking lot between Anchor Cove and the Willy Willy Park. Go check it out. Aloha Amy and Tino and Christian. Leah, thank you guys for joining us. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? I do need to talk about this Zonta event that's coming up, and you have the flyer? I get my Patsy's over here. No, I don't have the. Anyway, she's gonna go get it. Hey, Michelle, how you guys doing? Leah Ann, thank you guys for joining us. There is a Zonta event that's gonna be all these really professional women. He's pulling it up for me. Anyway, she's trying to put them up for me. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna. It is. What's going on? Here it is. Here, hold on. Okay, this is gonna be on January 12th. That's this Saturday at the convention hall from 5 till 9. It's the Zonta is putting on this heroines song, and the headliner is Anne Runoffson. And I mean, don't sorry, I don't, I just relaying a message. I don't know these people. I do know that these are highly talented musicians that are going to be here, and this thing is all blurry, so I cannot even read it. But I will tell you, it's January 12th, Saturday from 5 to 9. www.zonta-kauai.org is where you can get the tickets. It's $100 at the door. It's $75 online if you buy it before Saturday. And if you get what? What's so special?
You spend, if you buy
10 tickets is $50. So if you want to get 10 of your friends together, Kimberly Hope McDonough will be there. And if you know Kimberly, she's the electric violin player. She's all over Kauai. She's all over Oahu, making a real big name for herself. She's going to be there as well. But check it out at www.zonta-kauai.org. You can get the tickets, and there'll be poo-poos as well. So anyway, check it out. Support the Zonta of Kauai. Obviously, Patsy's a member of that, so we gotta promote it. So anyway, okay, here we go. Let's get to some questions over here. Let's see. State lease lands. Kekaha get choked. Why the state no give leases to local farmers? You know that is, the ADC owns that or manages that. I was hoping that, in fact, and I had spoken to ADC on several occasions. Why not allow ADC lands to be leased out to local small farmers? Not everybody can farm 1,000 acres or 2,000 acres or 500 acres. And I know, Yvette, you got a good thing going with your farms. And I don't know. And that's something that we got to really pressure our state delegation, Kochi and Dee and Jimmy and Nadine. We got to get these people to start fighting for us. All of those lands out there. I know a lot of farmers that cannot go out and lease big chunks of land. And they just want to run a small farm where they can grab their fruits or vegetables and get it to the Sunshine markets and make some money. I don't. Hawaiian Homes, Yvette, is a whole nother story. I see that Governor Ige reappointed the same leadership, so I expect the same non-results from Hawaiian Homelands as we go forward. Very frustrating, very frustrating. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Why aren't we building homes for Hawaii? Why isn't the state making available these smaller parcels of land for our local farmers? Jimmy, Scott Enright said he'd get back to beekeepers interested in leases, but you all know that is just the common response from politicians. I'll get back to you. And it's frustrating because it makes sense. You got ag land managed by an agricultural development corporation or Hawaiian Homelands, depending, are you looking at farmers and farm lots or housing for our native Hawaiians? How difficult? I think about this all the time. How difficult is it to sit around a table? You can provide bentos if you want to spend the money, and have a 2-day function or a 2-day seminar or whatever workshop with the commitment that at the end of this function, at the end of the 2 days, we're going to come up with a plan on how we're going to prioritize these lands to be either given out to the homeowners or potential homeowners or farmers. I mean, okay, let's say let's just say how, if I was in charge, that's what I would do. We're not leaving this place until we come up with a policy, with the SOP of how we're going to grant these lands to our farmers in the quickest way possible. Yeah, 14 to 15 pages. See, the state does that. I don't get it. It frustrates people. You start doing applications, you say, I'm not going to do it. Forget it. I'm going through all this hassle. I don't get it. How hard is it? You know, you're a farmer, you apply, you get a temporary lease, you show that you're in good faith farming, and you get to keep it. If you don't, you lose it. I don't know how complicated that can be. Uh, I, I don't understand. So let's just say that's very ambitious to say we can do it in a weekend. Okay. What about a week? What about 2 weeks? What if we said we're gonna put a focus group in the next 90 days? We're gonna come up with a plan. 90 days. I think that's way too long, but let's just say 90 days. Well, okay, fine. They haven't done it. They haven't done it in years and years and years. Native Hawaiians aren't getting their homes on Hawaiian homelands. Hawaiian homelands are sitting idle for years. Ag lands on the west side and everywhere else under the state's control and the management are sitting empty for years and years and years. So somebody is not doing their job. I don't understand why it's so difficult for our state, who have department heads, who have supervisors and staffers, and that they cannot put together a program that is easy, that our legitimate farmers should be able to walk into an office, fill out an application, show that they're a legitimate farmer, and be turned over the keys to the lot or to the land. Why can't that be simplified to the point we talk about sustainability, we talk about agriculture, we talk about keeping Kauai green, we talk about all this stuff, but I don't see the state doing anything to help our farmers. I don't. Trust me, I've been in accounting for 14 years. And yes, the county is limited, right, with funding, but the state doesn't. The state has the land. The state has the land. These farmers aren't asking for money, they're asking for land. Give them the land so they can produce the revenue and they can produce the economic diversification. But they need the land and they need the water. But no, we watch this every single day. You drive to the west side and you see that, and there's tons and tons and tons of land. For what? When we got farmers that are not even able to farm because they don't have the land. Just don't get it. You have the puzzle, you have the pieces, but we cannot get it to fit. And I don't get it. Yeah, Ed, insurance, water, you hit it right on the head. It all starts with leadership that cares. There's cooperatives all over this country, farming cooperatives. There's all kinds of organizations that provide insurance for cooperatives or for organizations. The state should be the ones to facilitate all of these for our farmers. That's what drives me nuts. You listen to the political speeches, it's all crap. And then they got elected, election's over, crickets. In the meantime, the farmer wants to go lease land to go grow vegetables in his 15-page application process. Come on, is that really what we want to do? Is that really how we want to treat our farmers? Who I can only imagine how the farmer feels knowing that all I need is 2 or 3 acres, 4 acres, and I can get my family on a farm and we can actually grow something. And knowing that there's all these thousands of acres on Kauai that they cannot get access to. Yeah, it's frustrating. Even more frustrating is the Native Hawaiians who cannot get a Hawaiian homeland lot so they can build their home. No, you got to go through this whole process, and then you got to be able to qualify for a home that Hawaiian Home's going to build. It's a lose-lose situation. You got all these lands out there that Hawaiian Homes owns. We got a ton of Native Hawaiian families that could use these affordable housing units, and yet nothing is done. And our governor, again, reappoints the same leadership that hasn't done anything. We put them right back in office. You think anything is going to change? Do you think anything is going to change? No, I don't. I don't. And that's the frustration about government, whether it's local, state. We already talked about the federal government. It's embarrassing. It's shameful. Isn't there a lot of DHHL land in Wailua that isn't being used, developed because of water issues? Again, the water issue is a great convenient excuse. We had this last year when I had the water department up on our county council floor. I asked a point blank question: is there enough excess of water coming out of Lihui to provide water for the Hawaiian Homes projected development that was in Wailua? And they said, yeah. But for whatever reason, back in the day, again, the same old excuse. Well, that was before my time. They forced Hawaiian Homelands to go dig a well. Anyway, it's crazy. We have the water, and we just need to make it happen. Yeah, we just got to get those people up in the state to make a decision. Like they make decisions about the rail. They will move mountains to finish that rail. They will raise taxes to finish the rail. They will dip into fund reserves to finish the rail. Well, really, what's more of a priority to the people of Hawaii, statewide? That rail or housing, homelessness, Hawaiian homes, farmers? The fact that we went too far and we got to finish that project, I can understand that. But we have not made the efforts or used our resources and energies for our more critical issues that I just mentioned. We haven't put in half the energy in those areas that we have for rail. And rail does not impact Maui, the Big Island, and Kauai. But they didn't hesitate to take our TAT for that project because it's embarrassing, right? Well, now the state and the county of Honolulu is in a position, it's embarrassing if that is not finished. So we have to finish it. And we're going to finish it at all costs, even if it means more of our people are going to be homeless, more of our people are going to be hungry, more of our people are going to be living in the streets because they cannot find homes. That's why I have a problem. It's not the money issue, it's a priority. I've said that for decades. It's not a money issue, it's a priority issue. If this state and county work together to figure out how we're going to get people into homes, they'd figure it out. You didn't see any legislator or anybody look at raising the TAT for housing. When I went to testify at the state legislature, I exactly what I said was you folks are raising these tax monies for a problem that's man-made. It's not a natural disaster. It's not a homeless or social issue. This is a man-made problem that you guys created, and now you guys are going to tax the outer islands to fix it, to save somebody's face. That's what I don't like. And they can drive past the homeless communities every day, these legislators. They can drive right past, and they'll look straight ahead, to not look. Thomas Sherman, my mom has been on the list for 30 years and still waiting, and she's 71 years old. Man. Koloa Basalt Plateau has multi-million gallon per day old sugar water rights. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. When they tell me that it's a water, convenient excuse. Convenient. Hi, Nikki. My daughter just joined. Thank you for coming. Hey, Rick. Aloha. Daughter here. I see that. Yo, Mel, relax and smile. I I think you guys can sense the frustration. I think you guys can sense the frustration because we create the problems that we should be fixing, and we don't. We don't. We create these problems. Why isn't Honolulu funding the rail? I'm sorry. I got cousins and family on Oahu on this call, right on this chat. Hey, aloha, Rick. Right there, my cousin from Oahu. What? Why are, I mean, are we, I don't see we taxing the Oahu's TAT or taking a chunk of their, in fact, the legislature capped our TAT. I'm smiling. They cut our TAT. They cut our allocation of the TAT. That makes no sense, right? But they'll take from our TAT, they'll raise the TAT ticket for that rail project. Something's wrong with that picture. And at the same time, our legislators drive past homeless, drug addicted people that need help, and to come and say, sorry, we don't have enough beds in the treatment facility. Sorry, we cannot help your kid because the beds are all full. But we're going to raise whatever we can. We're going to tap whatever we can to get that rail project fixed. No, something wrong. The priorities messed up. Priorities are messed up. What the hell is more important than a kid on drugs or having some psychological mental issues that needs help? And we have to tell that family, sorry, the beds are full. Sorry, we cannot help your kid right now. And then the next thing you know, the child decides that life isn't worth it no more. You know, the suicide rate is ridiculous. But we can all sit back and watch government say, just can't afford it. Can't afford to create more beds. Insurance is not paying. I don't see that same obstacles when we needed to get 73 million for the rail. No, they got together. They went special sessions. They do all this crap, special council meetings. So we could get that money, because we cannot let that. Imagine if that project fails. You know how many people are going to be exposed? In the meantime, what, 15, 20 people kill themselves. But we can't afford. We just don't have the services. We don't have the services. You know, it's just the times are tough. So that's the frustration. It's never a money issue. It's never a money issue. It's always a priority issue. And I've said that forever. I maintain that today. And I say, when there's a will, there's a way. I'll tell you, I've seen it happen many times. Something comes up, we find the money. If we got to go do something politically, we'll find the money. Additional taxes and fees is just starting. Ad valorem is the breath of the island today. If assessments go down or stay stable, no color. Well, yeah. Yeah. You know, we right now we're at a point where assessments of our real property here on Kauai statewide is relatively high. You see that median income every month, it keeps jumping and jumping. Average sale of a home, it's just going up and up and up, and the county's enjoying that real property tax. But let's say for a moment, and it's going to happen. Mark my word, it's going to happen. And that is why I did not support Tiger Grant, because you see, the federal government says, hey, we'll give you 13 million, you pay the 20% match. But when the cost of the project goes up, which is what the rail is finding out now, when the cost of the project is built and it goes up, the county is responsible for any additional cost for that project. It's not, the feds don't guarantee you the money as a percentage or 80% of the project. No, it's 80% of the grant. But you know, our government, our people, are brilliant. What the heck am I? That word am I? Consultants. They lowball the estimates because they want to get the grant, because that's more important. You know, we got to get the grant. It's a very competitive grant. We don't want anybody else to get it. We want to win the grant, so we lowball it. We get the money, but the county is going to be responsible for paying anything over and beyond what was on the grant application. So that 13 million that for Rice Street, and it's going to cost more than that, and we are going to be tied to that. We're going to be held to that. So as the tax revenues drop, tax assessments drop, the revenue drops, guess what, people? The government is going to come to you to pay more or raise property taxes to pay for obligations that we made when the times were good. That's why, I think it's fix what's broken now, worry about the amenities later. I've been preaching that for way too long. No one listens because it's ugly politically, right? It doesn't give you any your stock value. It doesn't give you anything unless you go create something nice. But at the same time, you're building your stock value, but your community is falling to hell. That's what has happened on Kauai. All these projects, new project bike paths, and all these fancy dancy things came at the expense of the people now who got roads that they cannot drive on, parks that they cannot go to the restroom at, and that is the problem. So anyway, I'm gonna cool off a little bit. Hang on, I got my water. You guys having a good time? We got about 8 more minutes. So anything else anybody want to talk about before we wrap it up tonight? I really enjoy these things. If you guys like this stuff and you want to continue this, let me know, because I really enjoy doing this. It forces me to stay somewhat active. I've kind of taken a break, if you will. Yeah, hit a like button. If you like these things, hit the like button. I think there's a like button here. I don't know. Thumbs up or something. I'm looking at this thing. I don't know how. I'm not very good at this stuff. I know how to start them, and I know how to talk, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I see a thumbs up there. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna keep on doing this. And try to get as many different topics on it. I really want it to be interactive. So if you guys, there's some thumbs up. Yeah, I love it. I love it. If there's topics that you guys want to cover, if there's questions that you have that you want me to cover on the Wednesday sessions, shoot me a message. Just shoot me a message. Say, hey, Mel, can you check up on this? And I'll be glad to do the research and we'll have it as a topic of discussion because I think it's fun. I think it's informative and it gives everyone an opportunity. Thank you guys for all those hearts and thumbs up. I like it. That's beautiful. Nice. But it gives me an opportunity to stay connected with all of you. And Jenny, is Jenny on? Waiwaioli? Yeah. Hey Jenny, happy birthday, happy belated. Oh, Chucky Ramata. Oh, I missed a bunch of you guys coming on. Oh, there's Jenny. Jimmy and Nikki. Hey, thank you guys so much. We do this every Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30. We get more and more people joining in every Wednesday. Like I said earlier, we're looking at okay, Thomas. Good night, man. Have fun at work. Hydrate with some green bottle. And don't forget, you guys, fear the beard. Fear the beard. Paradise Tees, Paradise Tees, TEES 808.com. Check them out. I get all kinds of stuff. I'm putting together all these little designs, stucking them on cups, sending them out to Pinterest, and I'm becoming an online marketer. I get to stay home now during the day, and just going nuts, trying to these ideas coming up. And of course, we have our apparel, Patsy's Apparel store, Hawaii First Apparel. Please visit that, HawaiiFirstApparel.com. Can I type into this thing? Oh, I can. HawaiiFirstApparel.com. There you go. There we go. Beautiful. Look, the link popped up. So that's Patsy's Apparel. So okay, Wahine clothes, shoes, belts, earrings, bracelets, necklaces. Amazing prices. And don't let the price scare you that it's junk. It's not. It's a quality inventory. We got out of California. We just made the prices low to help the community. This is more of a hobby than revenue generation. So don't think that the prices, because they're low, they're junk. They're good stuff, and there's always 100% return. If you're not happy, you can bring them to me and we'll get you your money back. So awesome stuff. And then my other one here. This is the one I'm just playing with. Paradise. Hold on. 808.com. Does that thing pop up? No. Anyway, check them out. You guys get time. Ooh, that was nice. That was Raja. Okay. So anyway, hey Lola, Reed, Kelleen. Oh, one more thing. I just saw on Facebook our good friend Sean Aguano from Chandler High School, one of the top high school coaches in the country. He's just an amazing guy, Kauai product, good friend of mine, left for the mainland. You know, he's doing really well. And he just got hired on as a coach for, I believe, Arizona State University. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I saw it today. He got picked. I think he's going to be, I'm not sure if he's going to be the running backs coach or he's going to be a coach at Arizona State University. So congratulations. Good luck to Sean. Again, product of Kauai. So proud of that kid. The Chandler High School football team wins, year after year after year. But yeah, now he's leaving Chandler to go to Arizona State University. Unbelievable. Just so proud to know that kid. So anyway, anything else before we wrap it up? Thank you guys. Again, every Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30. Send me in a message. Just send me your questions or what if you want me to discuss or look something up for you. Send it over to me ahead of time so I can prepare and we can have the discussion next week. We'll have a whole new line of football games next week. Colts and the Chiefs. Remember, this is my prediction: Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Rams for next week. Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Rams. Now, please, please, please do not bet using my predictions, because I do not want you to lose money because of my predictions. Okay, it's just what I believe. Looking at the statistics, watching a lot of the games, I get to watch a lot of the games now during the day. That's just what I believe. Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, Rams, and Rams winning it all in the Super Bowl. Good night, Dad. Love you guys too. And for all of you that took the time to stay here for 1 hour or whatever, appreciate you guys. We love you guys tremendously. And we'll be here next week, Wednesday, 5:30. And don't forget, be nice, smile, and we'll see you guys next week. God bless. Aloha.